Hello everybody, Spike Games here, back with some more Magic Arena content. As an update, if you haven't been checking the comments, I'm leaving my spreadsheet of where I'm at in Ranked, and we are Diamond. Woo! Interestingly, the way Arena works, and I just learned this myself, so it's kind of interesting. Once you achieve a tier, like Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Mythic, whatever, you actually can't drop out of that tier for the rest of the season. So I'm used to League of Legends, which you definitely can, and it feels very bad when you do. So I sort of actually like the system. I've been dirtling around a little bit in Diamond 4 because I have nothing to lose. I've been testing out some cool decks, but as of this video, I'm committing to only playing my most competitive decks in Ranked, and that's going to be Simic Mass Manipulation, Gruul Arcanist, which is what we're going to be playing right now, and perhaps Mono Blue, but I'm not entirely sure. So those are my best decks. I have the best win rates with them, and that's what we're going to be playing to try and get Mythic. So today, we are on... see, I was testing out a bunch of random brews, but we're going to play Gruul Arcanist. We'll do a best of one to warm up here. Gruul Arcanist is similar to Gruul Midrange. The biggest difference is it cuts the Growth Chamber Guardians in favor of Arcanists, obviously, and it runs some pump spells for the Arcanists. So the idea is you run out some Gruul Arcanists, and you can do some crazy things, like Collision Colossus on a Gruul Arcanist, and then flash it back. Gives you like a 9/7 Trampler or something, which is super annoying for your opponent to deal with on turn 3. So that's sort of the nut draw, and then it's got a lot of the same pieces: Spellbreakers, Phoenixes, Thorn Lieutenants, Ramp. So and it also plays Adventurous Impulse, which is what's allowing us to keep this hand right now, actually. This searches for lands or creatures, so you can keep hands that are land light or creature light in order to, and then you play the Adventurous Impulse to find what you need. So it's kind of a neat addition, and you can also flash it back with Arcanist even if you can't pump him. So it's very nice. I like it a lot. It's some cool tech. So here, I think we're just going to go, so opponent green and life gain. So let's go turn 2 Spellbreaker with counter and just see if we can really take it to our opponent here. Yeah, so it looks like they might be on Jund or something. So here we're going to attack just with this guy though. And then we're going to Adventurous Impulse and Thorn Lieutenant. So this is a pretty fast start for this deck for sure. Here we want an Arcanist because we don't have enough mana for the big guy there. And we'll see, you'll see a very fast start out of this deck. That was our turn 3. We dealt them 4 and we got an Arcanist, so effectively drew a card and did a bunch of cool stuff. So what the heck is my opponent on here? They might be on Niv Mizzet, maybe? It's the only thing I can really think of. But anyway, we're gonna beat their faces in. We can even swing with Elf, because we only need 2 lands for the Arcanist, which is what we're playing this turn. I think our opponent is dead next turn if they can't really do something substantial to the board. So yeah, that counts as something substantial to the board for sure. That was pretty rough. I didn't expect the board wipe there off, 5 color lands or whatever they're playing. Yeah, so that was bad, but I think we had to make them have it there. We basically presented them with have the board wipe or a substantial way to affect the board or die. So I think that was still an okay decision. Yeah, I was right, Niv Mizzet. So it looks like we're gonna get wrecked this game, which is, rough, but it happens sometimes. I'm gonna play this. Feel bad about it. Probably gonna die. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. This game is not going anywhere fast. That is for sure. Opponent had tons of removal in hand and a bunch of ways to deal with us, so not worth spending too much time on that. I read an article recently about the importance of conceding. You can't see this, but I'm just going to be updating my spreadsheet in between here. The importance of conceding in kind of grinding ranked, because sometimes there's games where like you might have a very low % to win situation, but you're going to be better off just giving up the couple percentage points and then getting on to the next game so that you can grind more games faster. So it's not your normal attitude when you play Magic, but when you're grinding ranked, it's a little bit different. Normally you go to an event, you're there for the duration of the event, that's what you're doing, so you want to play to all your outs and have the best chance of winning. But grinding ranked is definitely a time thing, so you want to be aware of that. Okay, so we're jumping into best of threes. Looks like we might be against the mirror. We'll see. This was a sketchy keep because we don't have a turn one play, but we have, you know, a lot of good cards, so I decided to keep it. Looks like opponent is on an equally slow hand, so that's nice at least. An elf. Okay, opponent seems to be maybe on elementals. Teamer Elementals is a deck that's been coming up a lot in the format. Risen Reef, the 3 mana guy, is actually really strong. Oh, look at the cute little Hydra! He killed my elf, which is annoying, but it's such a cute little Hydra. It's a 1/2. But yeah, Risen Reef is incredibly powerful and allows you to just go off with tons of elementals. It lets you either draw a card or put a land in play from the top of your deck every time you play an elemental, including itself. So even if you remove it right away, it's still very dangerous. This is an interesting brew, it looks like, from opponent, so we'll see what they have going. We might run into some problems in low diamond, just a heads up, because the meta is likely to be very weird, we'll call it. And we might not be facing the standard decks that this Gruul Arcanist deck has been doing really well against. So we'll see though. The reason I took land there is because if we draw land again next turn, we get to Hellkite, and if we don't, we get to Phoenix. So there was an argument for Arcanist there, I think, but I think this was the correct play. Yeah. So we haven't actually seen any elementals out of opponents. This is what I mean. It might be a weird sort of teamer monsters brew, which is not really meta at the moment. Though the meta is so early, we don't really know what's going to end up being meta, but we'll see. That's big. That is certainly big, and quite scary, actually. Don't really know how we're going to deal with that. I mean, we're going to take so much damage next turn, but I guess we just have to do this, right? Kiori and a Bioessence Hydra is a kind of neat combo, I have to say.
Ocean surges, life thrives.
Jeez. Yeah, this game's going nowhere fast also. This is pretty brutal. But yeah, this is the deck that cut me through Platinum really quickly. I think we finished, you can check the spreadsheet, it'll be in the comments, but I think we finished Platinum in like 40 matches or something, or 30 matches, which is like way faster. It took us like 120 to get through Gold or something like that. So this is a much better situation than that, but I think we're just dead. Like, opponent has 19 power on board. That's like so much, but we'll try it, I guess. And then we can I don't even know what to do. I don't think there's anything we can do against these. Phoenix chumps, I guess, the Gargos, but this one's got trample, so it doesn't do anything against that. We can't attack because we're gonna have to chump it, or we'll die. Jeez. Teamer Hydras. This might be a deck too. It's just, like I said, it's so early in the meta. We really don't know what's gonna be meta. People are still trying stuff out. But that also makes it interesting in terms of kind of doing the climb to mythic, because everyone's on different jank. Yeah, I think we're dead. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. I mean, I don't even think much of our sideboard is super useful because this stuff is just so big. I think we just ship it back. I don't know that we have much to do against that deck. To be fair, I think that was a pretty solid start out of that deck. I think that was not typical, but we'll see. He might dumpster us again this game. We're doing a lot of learning here in Diamond. I think everybody sort of is. This is a slow hand. Yeah. Yeah, I think against what they're doing, we have to do better. This isn't much better, but we'll keep it. And we'll throw back Shock. I just don't think that's going to do much for us against our opponent. We'll play this first. Teamer Hydras, huh? Oh well, would have been nice to have a Shock, I guess. Oh well. I can't see the future. Maybe throwing back the Spellbreaker was right. I don't know. It's shocking himself to death. Yeah, just play 8 more fetch or shock lens. That's fine. Yeesh, turn 2 Kiora is bad. It's quite bad, actually.
One drop ripples and grows.
Well, we get to do this. Grab ourselves this, I think. And then we get to play one of these. I think we make this one have haste so that we can pressure Kiora so that our opponent doesn't get too much value from her.
Leave my squids alone.
Leave my squids alone. It's Hydras, girl. This deck is all Hydras, it seems like. The other thing it does is make Bioessence Hydra not super huge. Now it's only a 6/6 instead of a 9/9. It's still so big, dude. Alright, I think we're just on Phoenix here. This deck is cool. I have to give it that. I don't know how it performs against other decks, but it seems to be really just outclassing what we're doing. Yeah, Diamond is wild. This deck just, I think I had an 80% win rate all the way through Platinum with this deck, and it's been just getting trounced in Diamond. So, pretty interesting. Is this 4? Oh, 5, okay. Jeez. Yeah, we're done. That was brutal. Alright, we're learning. We're learning. We're updating the spreadsheet. We're getting our butts kicked. It's okay. We're learning. We're learning. That deck could be meta. It seemed strong. We also didn't really get any good fast draws against it, so it's hard to tell what it'll do, but try again. I'm also currently engaged in the eternal struggle of do I spend my rares on new cards to make new decks, or do I spend them on dual lands? Dual lands is probably the mature choice, as I don't have a full set yet, but it just feels boring, dude. I want to make new fun decks. But I do recognize that my win rate probably suffers because I have come into play tap lands in my decks, so probably should just fix that. This hand works. It's not super fast, but maybe we'll get something off impulse here. Opponent mulliganed, so that helps, as always. Looks like a control deck. That was interesting. I've never seen it work like that. I guess that was the only target, so it just draws it for you. Erasure. What will he take? Probably a Phoenix, maybe the Arcanist. Hard to say. I would take the Arcanist if I were opponent, but they might be worried about dealing with double Phoenix, so yeah. I actually like that better. It means we get to Arcanist and start flashing back stuff. But they might just have removal for Arcanist, whereas they don't have it for Phoenix, because you need 2 spells to kill it. We shall see. Okay, there's bounce for Arcanist.
I'm not going to sit this one out. I'll protect you.
Okay, so since we drew an untapped land, we get to do... We need to play a second red source, so we're going to play this guy again. And then we're going to shock Teferi. Get rid of that.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Let's see what opponent's got next. Teferi, the 3-cost Teferi is so good because even that situation is effectively a 2-for-1. Like, play Teferi, bounce a thing, draw a card, Teferi dies immediately is a 2-for-1, almost. Because your opponent draws a card, so that's 1. It absorbs a card from you, and it makes you replay your creature, right? I would like to cast that for free, thank you very much. And I would like a mountain. So now we get to Phoenix, and then next turn we get to Hellkite. I'm putting on some pretty intense pressure here. Alright. So opponent is representing something here. They don't have double black, so it can't be Kaya's Wrath, which is a good sign. I think we just want to go ham here. Could be a counter spell, but I'd much rather, actually I'd rather them counter Hellkite than Phoenix, to be honest. Okay, they're probably holding up double kill spells for Phoenix, which is no big deal. I think we want to do counter. Because they have some... Wait, does Esper run removal that only deals 4? Never mind, I don't think they do. Okay, so putting that down is probably good for us. Okay, so he gets to kill the Phoenix token, which is not that big of a deal, because we have a second Phoenix. Punt doesn't know that, of course, but we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get to... Can we kill our opponent? This is the fun thing with this deck, right? Because Ambush will make this a 2, 3, 5, 8. We only have 8 power, so we can deal 6. Or we can deal 5 and kill, yeah. So we're definitely doing it that way. So we're gonna attack our opponent with this, and Teferi with this, and play Phoenix afterwards.
We will meet again.
Opponent is still off of board wipe mana, but I don't want to chance it, so I'm going to hold back the elf. Okay, they have Surge for his Canto, which is pretty scary. That thing online is very powerful in finding the answers you need. Have Kaya's Wrath now? Nope. Luckily we get our Phoenix back, which is nice. And we kill our opponent. Oh, we don't quite kill our opponent, right? Because we need to 4, 5, 6, yeah. So we'll just attack. Put him to 2. Have so many lethal threats next turn. Second Kaya's Wrath would be very annoying. But they need second Kaya's Wrath plus something else or they're still dead. Because Phoenix will get them. They're digging, which is a good sign. Means they don't have the answer. Cry the Carnarium, but they cannot cast it, so they will lose. They needed the double black there. Alright. So I have a sideboarding guide that I'm going to check out. Because we're getting serious about the grind. Let's see. Sideboarding guide against Esper. We want the Direfleet Daredevils, the Fries, the Vivians. We want to remove the Elves. And the Adventurous Impulses. So we want Daredevils, Fries, Vivians, and let's see, do we want a Cindervines actually? I think we might. Cool, let's go with that. My sideboard's 1 or 2 cards off from the list because I don't have the 4th Legion War Boss, but it's mostly there. Fry is so good in this matchup. I love it. Opponent's mulliganing. That's great. Good to hear. This is a good hand. We'll keep it. It's got some nice action. It's got Fry to kill whatever. Opponent mulled to 6. Life is good. It is a little slow if they Thought Erasure away our Daredevil, but now it's not. Now it's great. Now if they Thought Erasure, they have a big choice to make. And they don't, which is great. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this. Opponent will probably kill it on the spot if they have the removal. Yep. No big deal. Opponent plays it to Fairy. Probably just plus. It's fine. We're gonna Gruul Spellbreaker with haste and hit to Fairy so he doesn't get the bounce value. Because now he has to plus again if he wants to bounce with the Fairy, which is what we like. Huh?
Don't worry, I got this.
Ah, okay. Killer guy, got it. If we draw land, it'd be great. Okay, not quite. I think we still just want to fry the Teferi so he doesn't get the card advantage. Even though it's not super efficient. Opponent is running out of cards, which is good. Esper doesn't do well when they're out of cards. They need to always be drawing the answers. Yeah, see, that's what I meant. So now we're on this guy and this guy. We're trying to save the Direfleet Daredevil in case we need to pull cast down and use it. Opponent's drawing answers so far, but not forever. So here we're going to Daredevil because now we have second Daredevil. And hit for 2. Opponent's on 1 card and no as Kanta, so I'm not super worried at the moment. Unless they just rip board wipes off the top. Okay.
I know
Teferi. Gonna bounce Daredevil. Bouncing Thorn Lieutenant is probably better value, but.
Let's try this.
Oh, bounce the removal spell. Yep, of course. Killing. Who? Daredevil or Thorn Lieutenant? Thorn Lieutenant gives us a 1/1, but it's a much bigger threat. Okay, interesting. So now I think we want to Vivian and kill Teferi. Is the plan here?
Let's tear this place apart.
Grab a creature.
Tear it down. Tear it all down.
Exile one face down for the cast. Cast it if it's a creature. So that's rough. We don't get to do that, but whatever. Yeah, we're gonna take 2. We're gonna kill your Teferi. You're still on 1 card. Land gives us Hellkite, which is great. Now it doesn't. Sad. Oh wow, taking the Daredevil. What does that mean? Does that mean they have Kefnet or something? Well, anyway. We are going to play Hellkite. And we're going to give it a counter. Sky Vigilance, so that we can search another creature without losing Vivian next turn.
You think nature is kind?
You think nature is kind? Alright. And we'll attack with 1 Thorny Boy. Ah, D-Spark. Got it. Opponent would have had that either way. Nothing we can do there. They are top decking, which is great for us. Mu Yan Ling.
The mind is a tempest that can be controlled or unleashed. Do not challenge a raging river.
So weirdly this is fine because we're gonna Domri's Ambush the token, punch her and then kill her. But we're also gonna look for a creature first.
Strike now! Strike hard!
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna do this on you and you.
Take your violence elsewhere.
Yeah, that's Kai's is really annoying. That's true, but we need to get rid of the Planeswalkers. We can't let them have value. Plus our Thorn Lieutenants are going to start bashing for 6 now. Or one of them is anyway. I fail Predator. It's not the best. Give this guy
You can still
whatever.
walk away.
Like this. Whoever he blocks, we pump and kill. If he doesn't block, we pump and do a ton of damage. Yep. I feel Predator's an interesting card out of this deck. Kill Vivian, sure.
Not bad for a mouse.
Beat in for 6. Play a Phoenix. We're winning, But now he's going to have search for his content, which is going to be challenging. Oh, really interesting that our opponent decided not to flip it. Huh. So we kill this turn if they don't have... Did it pass us through our turn? What's going on? Why did that happen? Or is it still opponent's turn? Still opponent's turn, I think. Sometimes it's hard to see on Arena. I hope they improve that interface in the future. No, it was our turn. That's silly. Why did it pass us through our turn like that? That's rude. Oh well. I think we still can kill. We actually can't. That's stupid. I tried to play this and it didn't work. Opponent is on the ropes though, so it's just a little annoying because we could have had the kill there. I'm pretty sure I mean we can check the video, but I'm pretty sure I tried to drag this out and it didn't work. Opponent's digging. Okay, Teferi. They have to play it. They have to bounce our guy. We get another 1-1.
Right on schedule.
We kill Teferi, we hit them.
Not so fast.
Oh, well, I mean, in that case, you just die. I mean, I guess we can do this just to be sure, but...
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Oh my gosh, I'm so messy today. I should have won the game right there. So messy, so messy, so messy. Yeah, that's the doorway for our opponent to come back. That was super silly of me. I thought I had enough mana to do both, and yeah. But it's not enough, luckily. They'll gain 3. But we will kill them next turn. Okay, we're not going to be silly this time. Yeah, great. So I didn't deserve that. Because I misplayed pretty horribly that game, to be honest with you. But we did get there. Let's see what we got in this pack here. Temple, nice. Temples are good. Alright, that'll be it for this video. Thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, watch the videos all the way through. Those are the best ways to help the channel grow if you're enjoying the content. We'll see you next time.